Get it, what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up.
At probably like age 12 to age 16, I was just playing guitar. I was really into metal kind of at first, and then, you know, I was a teenager in the hardcore, post-hardcore, screamo era that I loved. I was in a few different rock bands. I just really went through different phases of different genres. And I think I started making beats when I was at like the height of really studying and diving into hip hop production. But now more than ever, I listen to everything. So I think guitar, absolutely, but even more so than that, just being really passionate about a completely different genre of music prior to becoming a producer and starting to make beats, starting to make records. You know, your history sort of defines your perspective. So I'm kind of a mixed bag. The best answer to your question is plain and simple that it just enabled me. That when I'm 15 and I have no money, that I was able to get enough pieces with a home recording studio that I could discover this is something I wanted to pursue. And I think a beautiful thing that's happening is that access, and it has its repercussions of just a massively oversaturated music industry, but assets and access for people are becoming so affordable yet quality that you have kind of what happened to me. Like, I made songs that are multi-platinum in my mom's basement on a little bit of gear and software, and the capabilities that are now in people's hands to explore are night and day from years back when you know, a record deal really meant something completely different than it would mean now. It kind of meant access to be able to make that professional product. You know, I'm fortunate to work with an MC that that has figured out how to really be vulnerable enough to showcase all sides of who he actually is in his music. He's somebody that in the real world is a deep thinker, but also a goofy dude. Like, he's a funny guy. You know, you're around for long enough and you go to a studio and expect certain plugins to be there. I think that McDSP has kind of become one of those. Yeah, I think I heard about McDSP probably through just being up in the world of plugins, and tried it out, and massively useful plugins. My favorite would be the Ultimate Compressor. And I think you guys did a really simple, good thing. You can keep your attack settings, your threshold, your ratio, your release, whatever. And you can just go through a different palette of years, of decades, of styles. Is this more straightforward, LA2A type of thing? Is this, you know, full control 1176 type of thing? That with having the preferred kind of settings in place, I'm able to just pop through. And I think that's what makes it ultimate, is that you can quickly figure out the flavor that makes sense. My advice to people would be enjoy the process, because the process is 90% of it, and the result and what comes back is 10% of it. And And I'm constantly trying to remind myself of that. It's like, you know, you could get a Grammy or pat yourself on the back about some of these landmark kind of moments. But at the end of the day, you're going to go back to the studio and you're going to be there for 9 months. And if that process isn't fun for you, then it's really not worth it, whether you can grasp that or not. I would say really make the process as kick-ass as you can. Work really, really hard. I pretty much gave up the idea of a social life by the time I was about 20. And if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be here, that's for sure. But I wanted to. I was enjoying the process. And lastly, I think it is really useful to identify what you're not good at and to not pursue that in a super strong type of way. I mean, we just talked about me being a guitar player. I'm not the best guitar player. I love it. And if it's something simple, like I'll jump on and do a guitar track. But like, you know, better example, I used to rap in ciphers with my friends in high school. Like, to be able to quickly realize, like, people don't like your voice very much. I'm like, I'm gonna stick to beats. And I was good at that. So it's not to say don't try out things or don't work hard, but I think that it's important to know what the right road is to go down, because you both love it, but you also have a knack for it. I think is useful.
Can we go back? This is the moment.